Let's do this thing. For crying out loud, it's what the people demand. What the people demand, dang it. Alright, here we are. Oh my goodness. Alright. Grrrrr. Greetings, humans. Greetings and welcome back to sometimes an attempt to do a professional show. It's not going to be today, but it will be somewhat on the way to being a professional show. Oh, where am I? Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and today we've got a great live stream for you here. If it actually kind of works out, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. I don't know. Listen, I've gotten like OBS that's going bad. Reload Safari here for some reason. I don't. Let me see if the chat works, for crying out loud. I tell you what, it's one thing after you try to open up your show and put your best foot forward and try and do it right and everything. But you know what? It always kind of screws up somehow. I don't know how. But let me just test real quick here. Doing a test. Test. Okay, good. It works. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, it's one of those things. It gets a little hairy for bears sometimes trying to use technology. It just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So you never know. But you know what? We're going to just plow forward here and not worry about it too much. All right, let me see if I can roll it up. Ah, good. It finally works. I was spending just a couple minutes here trying to get this thing working for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right, let me click off of this. Kind of a nice picture here, I think. Nice picture. All right, let me see where it is. Not this display capture. Display capture. There we are. We're gonna just start off with a little light stuff here. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau busted using a fake Mac with an Apple sticker. This is from our good friends at Apple Insider. A good website if you enjoy the Apple stuff and want to check that out sometime. William Gallagher. I'm not really sure if this is actually Justin Trudeau. He's not black, so I'm not really sure if that's him or not. But we'll go along with the article. Let's see what it has to say here. There's the picture there, and there is the computer, the laptop in question that he's looking at there. So a photograph of Canada's Justin Trudeau shows him using an HP Windows laptop, which wouldn't be remarked upon, but its sporting an Apple sticker will be. Finally, a genuine use for those logo stickers that Apple keeps on shipping. Apple is the company that won't let Intel put a sticker on its computers, but believes we have a passion for the things. But we believe a passion for the things. I don't know, that was kind of a weird sentence. Maybe some of us do. But there's passion, and then there's having an outlet for that passion. Someone has gotten a sticker from a friend and casually placed it on a Windows laptop, and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau used it in a virtual meeting. Ah, yes, he did. Whoever placed the sticker got it in the vicinity of where Apple does, but not quite as precise as Apple's placement. Unfortunately, they haven't entirely nailed covering up the Hewlett-Packard logo underneath. So I don't know. Can you see the? I guess you can. I don't really know what it looks like, but there you are. Oh, okay. And if you want to press for more details about Stickergate, #Stickergate, there will be another one in shot. What? And if you want to press for more details about Stickergate, there's another one in shot. That's a weird sentence. Just beneath the keyboard of this HP laptop, there's what is most likely an Intel Inside sticker. It could be one of those peculiar PC things where there's a sticker on the chassis to tell you the computer specifications. You know, the ones you already saw in the box, the sales receipt, and when you bought the thing. That's right. But the specifications are Intel Inside. This is a PC laptop, very poorly masquerading as a Mac. To be fair, well, you could go both ways on that one. To be fair, Justin Trudeau seems to be enjoying look like he's a Mac user, and that may be also be because of where he's sitting. I don't know. There's a okay. In this PR photo showing a Skype meeting, he's facing the laptop screen, so we can't see the telltale. Come on, I tell you what. Apple Insider. It's a good website, but sometimes I tell you what. So we can't see the telltale sign of a Windows taskbar there. If only we could look to the right of the shot and see a TV-sized display of that Skype conversation, complete with a live feed of Trudeau from the laptop, and also complete with the Windows taskbar, from which we can see that Trudeau or someone is a Chrome fan. Although they also have Microsoft's Internet Explorer, and we can further see that this was staged. Taken at 7:12 p.m. on October 22nd, 2020. We all know where we were on that date. It's fair to say that 2020 was a rough year, and we all made go with what technology we could get our work done, and no one can criticize Trudeau for having to get by on a HP Windows laptop no more than they can criticize the Prime Minister for using 2 large hardbook books instead of buying a proper stand. Burn! This is just burn. One after the other, I tell you what. Plus, Canada's I don't know how you pronounce this. Is it Braden? Bradine? I tell you what, Canada. Some of your names sometimes. Canada's Bradine Kaylee. I'm just gonna go with that. I think it's a guy. I'm not sure. Oh well, we can't misgender people anymore. Senior Director of Communications for the Liberal Party says it isn't Trudeau's laptop. Well, so he stole it. Oh my goodness. Hard-hitting sleuthing. A team laptop borrowed for a moment in the LPC Volunteer Hub for a drop-in to thank volunteers virtually, doing a successful by-elections. By-election. I guess that's like every other elections. Early last fall, I don't know. Bear doesn't keep in touch with Canadian politics, for crying out loud. Some especially keen Apple fans there just brought some real change to the look of a team's laptop. I tell you what, Brandon, however you pronounce your name, come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, look, it was kind of silly, so, there he is with the fake logo out there. Everyone else on a Skycall appears to be at home or in their own place, but Trudeau stopped by, quote-unquote, for a moment to have a Skype meeting. Yes, indeed. Oh, good, my chat works, thank God. Let's see. Hey, Miguel, it's good to see you here. Good to see you here. Bill Gates, I had to use Windows since 3.1. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was a long time ago. Good for you, Miguel. I'll tell you what. Here's the guy who wants to blot out the sun, but can't get an operating system to work, so go figure on that one. Alright, Kaylee, clearly, thinks that it's all, pretty trivial stuff compared to the various ethics, lobbying, and worse scandals that have dodged the Trudeau, premiership. Trudeau is, man, I tell you what, they're just burning this guy. They're not even very political either. This is great. Trudeau himself might be thinking this is small potatoes with an image over 6 months ago. Only now doing the rounds. It is compared with Canada's current problems with getting the coronavirus vaccine to people. That's true, and basically locking them up in their homes, or pulling what was it, like a priest or a minister over on the side of the road with a SWAT team. That was interesting. There are definitely more pressing issues. There are definitely more topical ones. But whether it's really true to, I don't know. He doesn't look like to me. Or just someone else at this volunteer center. Someone can think an Apple logo looks cooler than an HP one. It sure does. It's a little hard to disagree, but even if Intel has rather lost its place as the preeminent processor maker, its machines are still faster than Apple stickers. That's some good stuff. Man, I tell you what, they were just burning who was alleged to be Canadian Prime Minister. Justin Trudeau, I think he's a little light on the skin there, but man, I tell you what, they just roasted the guy. I thought that was great. They don't really do very much at all, really. It's a website about Apple stuff. Looking up to see what the latest review or a deal is or something like that. If you enjoy your Apple stuff, go check out Apple Insider. But good job, William Gallagher, for that incredible burn on alleged Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his alleged laptop there. There we go. Oh, hey there, Marco for Anthony. Let's see. Braden. Yes, okay, Braden. What a lousy name. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about the guy. I couldn't tell you one thing from the other, but man, what I mean, you just gotta slap your mama on that one, cause Braden, come on, man. If you had to use Netscape, you were old, like my dot, my dot, my dot. Yes, indeed. Like me, I suppose. That's all right, Miguel. That's all right. AOL and Netscape. Ah, the good old days. Didn't they sell off AOL just a little while ago? I think they finally got rid of that. I remember that was kind of the big thing. It was like AOL and Time Warner. They were gonna, merge up together and do great things. And then I guess they stopped shipping those CDs to people over time. So I don't know. Never know what happened. I still see every once in a while like a AOL, .com email address or something like that, and it's like, oh, holy cow. Let's see. AMD ATI is better than Intel. Yes, indeed. Well, I would also. So I'm hoping getting a new iPad here shortly with the Apple Silicon in there. So hopefully that'll be. I'm getting off on a total tangent here, but I just. I'm sorry. I thought this was very funny indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, let me go back to our picture here because we actually have here. I'm not really sure if I wanted to do kind of a face-off or whatever, but last night I got to check out. Let me get to it here. Got to check out both the Rooster book and Monster MD. So read them both kind of back to back. So we're gonna kind of do a sort of mini review slash not really a head-to-head. Spoiler alert, like both of the books, both of them have great qualities to them, so it'd be kind of hard to parse between them or something like that. Maybe. Oh gosh. I don't know. Story-wise, Monster MD. Art-wise, I would say except for that second chapter. Art-wise, I would say definitely the Red Rooster book, but it'd be kind of split down. Kind of like the baby that Samson kind of split in half there, kind of like that. So, derailed into a tech stream. That's right. Actually, you know what? Probably told this story many times before, but this is actually going to be a sort of a tech review channel for a little bit. But kind of decided to do the comic reviews instead, so it kind of went from a tech review channel to a comic review channel. So hey, I don't mind doing the tech stuff every once in a while. It intrigues Bear. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right, let me get back here because we've got some more important things. Actually, I've got a rant here that I need to get upon here. So bear with Bear for 1 second. As he takes a drink, because there was two kind of separate issues over the past couple days that Bear was checking out. I'm not sure how many people out there. It came out. Gosh, I want to say it was about a year ago, and I'd have to go back and find the email. I believe it was Antonio Bryce. He was going to be doing a second comic book aside from Brand. When that's coming out, I don't. We're supposed to get some artwork like a week or so ago and never came up. But anyways, yes, a Bear Rant, that's indeed. He also had another comic book coming out, and I believe, I'm not sure of the guy's name, pardon me if I'm getting it wrong, but I believe his name it's either Dame Drops or Damn Drops. I'm not sure which it was. The best Bear can kind of figure out is he's kind of a food reviewer, I suppose. Kind of a fast food. Does a lot of fast food. Anyways, long story short, Bear, kind of filed that in the back of his brain. Didn't know who the Dame Drox fella is or, what the deal was. Just wanted to check out the Brand book. But they were putting out this other book and kind of licensing it through his sort of brand and everything. Well, kind of just on just a lark, I suppose. I don't know. Came across one of the videos the other day, so was able to check out Mr. Dame Drops, however you pronounce it. One of his videos, I was doing I want to say, was it Wendy's? Might have been Wendy's or Hardee's or something like that. That's Carl's Jr. for you people out west. they were doing sort of a review on that. It was kind of interesting. He like, took one bite of the burger, and it was kind of an interesting. It went from like, oh yeah, this is the greatest thing ever, to this thing's terrible. I'm never going to eat it again, which is pretty funny. So he put out that video and like maybe another video or something like that. Bear just saw two videos of it, and sure enough, the very third video that Bear checked out, the Dame Drops fella, he basically was announcing that he was getting out of the food review kind of business. I believe through health reasons. I was trying to watch the video, but I tell you what, it's really hard to kind of, when you're coming out and you want to make a really kind of important point, especially kind of changing the direction of your channel and everything, it's really hard to kind of follow along when there's like commercials every 2 minutes. I just want to watch the video. I don't need commercials on this, that, or whatever. So for those of you out there that have kind of monetized your channel and everything, it's kind of aggravating, especially for Bear, to see commercials all the time. Anyways, long story short, kind of was getting out of the food review business, kind of, I'm assuming due to health issues and something like that. Product placement, yes indeed. Yes indeed. So, anyways, he was getting out of that due to sort of health reasons and stuff like that. And kind of as an addendum to that, or kind of side addendum to that, one of the other ones, channel that Bear kind of checks out is the old critical drinker out there. The drinker doing some great stuff out there. Does like movie reviews and kind of TV reviews and stuff like that. Some good stuff out there. Check that out. He's got kind of a sort of a excuse me. Excuse me. Got kind of a second channel out there where he does kind of the long form live shows that he's doing, usually talking about one movie in particular. So they got a whole assortment of different stuff. The one that Bear was checking out was the I don't know how well people liked it or didn't like it. Bear actually liked it. Star Trek V, the fifth one. It was the one where it's like, what does God need with the starship to go to the center of the earth, or center of the universe, and find God? Yes, indeed. Kind of a very interesting Star Trek thing. Anyways, long story short, just listening to some of that, he had on some other people in there. Gary from Nerdrotic, the Nerdrotic channel, and Heels and Babyface, and also another great channel, Overlord DVD. Yes, indeed, I'm talking about Doomcock out there. Some good stuff, but actually, I think it was either Doomcock or maybe it was Gary. They kind of brought up the point where they were talking about a movie. Even if some of them agree it might have been the worst movie of this, or maybe the second worst of the series. Some people might say the original movie was probably the worst, but either way, much more enjoyable to watch that than when they were doing some of the reviews of either the Picard show or STD, Star Trek Discovery. Watching that and just basically, I suppose, kind of have the life kind of pulled out of you of just being such a just dumb, moronic show. And basically, the only reason that they were doing it was because that was their channel. So more or less, the people coming to their channel and wanting to hear them talk and stuff like that, they seem to think that the critical stuff was more important. So kind of dumping on whatever it might be, Captain Marvel or the Star Wars movies, or the new Star Trek shows, or what was the stuff that came out, the Falcon and the whatever guy, all these sort of what they call kind of woke shows out there that are doing that sort of stuff. So watching that stuff and not really enjoying it, just kind of, it's kind of as a job, or it's what the channel's doing, that sort of deal. So Beer kind of took a look at that, but both of them kind of two totally different, separate channels doing totally separate things and all that sort of stuff, and coming to the conclusion that you want to do stuff that you like, and you don't want to do stuff that you don't like, or you think that is kind of a I guess waste of time, or just not enjoyable, I suppose. So watching Star Trek Picard or something like that, I would rather bang my head on a brick wall or something like that rather than watch the show. Watch STD the first 30 minutes and it's like, all right, checked out, bye, see ya. I don't ever need to see this again. Nothing missed here, No worries. So, yeah. So going back just real quick, would much rather check out. Let me click on it there. Would much rather, even if Bear thought that Red Rooster was not a very good book at all, which he doesn't. Would much rather do that where we're doing stuff where it's kind of either promoting or helping out or kind of getting noticed, I suppose. Although a lot of people knew about Red Rooster and stuff like that, but doing the reviews that are important rather than something that is trivial, I suppose. I mean, sure, you could do a Beer could do a whole show on Star Trek Disgracery or Star Trek Picard, but basically the main theme of it would be, yeah, this isn't Star Trek, and the people that are writing it and doing the series are a bunch of morons. They don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, I would much rather just do this stuff rather than saying, hey, let me do. One of the things that Bear sees, another good channel, Bianca Fights the Zombies. A good channel. Some great commentary on there. And not to pick on him, there's other channels that do it as well. Looking at the mainstream comic books out there, and basically just okay, here's your flat-chested character who's always is right. Nothing happens to him. Plot armor, all that. We know all these things. We know all these industries are dying off. They're not really healthy at all. We know where we should be. So talking about the stuff that is unimportant just gives them more air. Just gives them air. If you think of it as a fire, just kind of smolder there. And really, what we need to do is, just choke off the airflow. Just stop talking about it. You can always see kind of some of the celebrities out there looking for attention. Who was it? The one chick singer that came out. What was it, today or yesterday? Talking about being what was it? Was it a pansexual, a fluid sexual? I don't know. The lady, whatever her name is, kind of one of these Disney kids that grew up and is now singing and all this other stuff. Just don't give them any. Just be like, I don't care. I don't care, lady. I don't even care to know your name. It's like this is so unimportant that it doesn't even worth mentioning. Although Bear's mentioning it right now, so going against that. But all right. Oh, I'm ignoring the chat. I apologize. Bear Rant product placement. Beer is now sponsored by 10 minutes of abs. That's right. You got to get your ab workout there. Well, they need the material for the videos, video super chats, etc. People want the roast. Well, that's true. That's true. There's nothing wrong with the roasting as long as, like, when they would have the original roast, when they would do the, what was it, sort of Dean Martin sort of stuff. I they were having fun doing that. I don't think anybody there was bored or just didn't want to do it or thought that they had to do it just out of, okay, this is an obligation that I have to do. That's something totally different than feeling like it's necessary to do it just based on your channel. And even though it might be based on your channel, you might want to get all the monetary value. There's not saying that you shouldn't do that or anything like that. Just the main point of, a lot of this stuff is social media now. So even if it's a roast or if it's a complaint or, I hate Star Trek or something like that, well, the thing of Star Trek shows up on your Twitter or Instagram or whatever. So they just count that as a, oh, well, people are talking about it. Sure, it might be crap, but at least people are talking about it rather than just starving it of oxygen. Just saying, yeah, hey, Star Trek sucks. Here's a better show. Hey, let's talk about, I don't know, The Expanse or what's the other space show? I forget. Goes against Bear's brain there. But anyways, just, talk about what you want to talk about. Rather than, okay, let's do the 100th episode of Why Marvel Sucks. Why DC sucks. Actually, Bear checked out. Oh my god, this looks terrible. I will go down. Mark this on your calendars, people. Mark this on your calendars. I think the new Batman that's coming out, the Robert Peterson, whatever his name, I think it's going to be the first Batman to lose money. That looks god-awful terrible. I don't mind tearing into that one, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, this looks like a terrible Batman movie. Why would I even give them my money, much less my time or, attention or anything like that? So, anyways, that's kind of the sort of mini rant that Bear had. But yeah, again, not going against any of the channels or anything like that. I think what the I mean, Bear remembers Doomcock starting out his channel very early on. Um, Probably had only a couple hundred subscribers or something like that. Some of the funniest stuff. If you get a chance, just go back to the early episodes of Overlord DVD and watch some of the sonar in space, and they had a whole bunch of other stuff out there that was just nuts as far as STD. But I mean, okay, you can do that for a season, but why would you do that 2, 3, God, I hope not 4 seasons of that stuff? I mean, pretty much. I mean, yeah, okay, this stinks. Why continue? Why continue to even talk about it or give it air? So, anyways, the only movies I want to see are Hathaway Flash from Guardians of excuse me, from Gundam and OC and Evangelon 3+1. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Any good stuff that's out. I thought the Jason Statham movie that's out now looks interesting. Wanted to kind of check that out. Guy Ritchie. Some good stuff from Guy Ritchie. Let's see. They need to go like Comics Gate, Alt Comics, Stop the Sad and Roast, and they do content. The Lost Old Heroes or Sagas, are more lows. Move on, make a new, let the old die in SG land. Yes, indeed. I probably screwed that up, Miguel, but I got your point there. You know what? English is sometimes hard for beer. I tell you what. But yeah, definitely just there's nothing wrong with talking about some of the old stuff and comparing it. That's totally fine for beer. Um, but yeah, definitely try to figure out a way to kind of sort of parlay that, I suppose, to say, okay, you don't like the old stuff. Well, here's something new that you might want to check out. So, kind of like what they're sort of trying to do on the long version of the Critical Drinkers channel there, where he does the long live streams. So they'll take a movie that they like actually, and just talk about that. And actually, some of the videos are like 5 hours long, and you can do it in multiple sittings or something. But it's good. It's really good. It's nice to have things that people enjoy talking about rather than this sucks and here's why. Yeah, you can make a decent living out of that, I suppose. But at the same time, I mean, it just kind of contributes bear things to kind of the coarsening or the worsening of sort of that sort of culture of sameness, blandness. One might say wokeness, that sort of deal. So, anyways, that is the rant for beer. That is the rant for beer. All right, they need to go like comic. Oh, I just read that. Let's see. All right, there we go. So, anyways, let's talk about real quick. Got Red Rooster. Got Monster MD. Let's see which. We'll start with Red Rooster for just a second. Of course, everybody's going to talk about how late it was and everything. We all know what's going on with all that. I don't need to rehash any of that sort of stuff. So, just want to talk about just the book itself, the art itself, and just kind of grade it based on that, rather than a lot of the kind of stuff that's going around, kind of behind the scenes and everything. So let's see. First off, the issue is with it. Is this a first edition, or is it something else? Is it possibly a second edition? Because basically, Red Rooster came out in what I'd call kind of chapters for the book. So you basically got three books, 3 chapters in Red Rooster here. So they had 3 books that came out in Walmart. So they had the books in Walmart there for a little while, before anybody in the Comicsgate land got their claws on it or anything like that. So first off, that's kind of a complaint that a lot of people have and everything. But reading through the book, um, Bear needs to go back and kind of compare because he got the PDF, which is going to be a little bit of a lower quality than what I suppose we can scan in here. But there was some areas, probably about 2 pages, maybe 3, in the second chapter, which was um, not as finely detailed or gosh, the best way that Bear can kind of describe it, reading through it and coming through those chapters. So Red Rooster kind of is in the sort of 1920s, 1930s time frame era, and kind of dealing a lot of stuff. You got your biplanes in there and stuff like that, and so it's a little, trains and all that sort of thing. So a little bit older tech and everything. So it has that feel of sort of the 1920s, 1930s sort of thing. Then you get towards the middle. The best way that Bear can kind of describe it, maybe he intended to do this, maybe Mitch didn't, and it just kind of came out this way. It kind of went into sort of a sort of 70s sort of grindhouse look to it. So it wasn't as crisp or as it was detailed, but not as super. It wasn't as clean. It wasn't as clean as some of the other pages were. So I don't know if there was some um, sort of 70s grunge vibe going on there with it or not. But there was a couple of pages in there that just it kind of stuck out as far as the quality of the pages. So other than that, the book actually fits together really well as far as the chapters. Bear remembers some of the, okay, the first book ends here and then it starts at the next one and whatnot. Well, in the book here, it just flows pretty well. So, you're not seeing the end of the book, have to put it down, grab another one, yada, yada, yada. All three chapters just basically, in fact, Bear didn't even know where the second chapter ended. He was just kind of going through it. So, that actually turned out really well. So one of the things that Bear wants to check out is whether or not some of those pages that were kind of as lesser quality, I suppose, might have been touched up. So the idea behind this is maybe it's not a second edition; it would be kind of a remastered edition of Red Rooster. So you got the first edition in Walmart, and then you got the first edition remastered, the full book, as part of the Indiegogo campaign. So I don't know how people would kind of look at that or describe it. Bear wants to do a little bit more kind of research into it, look into it a little bit deeper as far as some of the pages maybe being touched up or whatnot. But otherwise, it came out really well. Bear really liked. Obviously the colors were doing really great in there. He did a really good job with that. The layout was really good. A lot of times Bear has a problem with kind of either reading down the page or reading from left to right. You're sort of, especially in a lot of dialogue heavy panels or dialogue heavy pages. Bear's a lot of times Bear might be over off to one side reading something where the character's off on the other side doing something, either action-wise or illustrative-wise or something like that. So, he's reading something and then having to look somewhere else, or it might be kind of, you're reading past something and have to kind of come back because, things are on kind of a different level or a different area of the page. What happened here, it was very well laid out. A lot of the panels, one of the things that Bear likes is kind of like the full page panel, or full page, and then you kind of have the panels kind of interspersed in between there. So you got a lot of that in there. I really thought the layout for Red Rooster was really well done. With exception of a couple pages towards the middle, there really wasn't the sort of six panel, sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panel sort of look to the pages. It was pretty well spaced out and really interestingly laid out, but just kind of an exception for those couple, 2, 3, 4 pages there. Right there in the middle. So I think there was something that went on. It's probably with Walmart. They need to get the books out real quickly. And it looked rushed. It looked a little rushed to Bear. So, which is strange because, oh my god, nearly took 3 years to get here. So I don't know why it would be rushed. But yeah, that's kind of the downside of working with Walmart is they got their books first, and also it might be kind of a little bit of a rush job there. So yeah, really liked Red Rooster. Story, I think we all kind of know a little bit about the story, but one of the things that Bear found interesting was sort of the deconstruction of this sort of superhero myth. So Red Rooster is kind of a crime fighter. Think of it kind of like as a Midwestern Batman in the 1920s and the 1930s. And instead of being really rich or anything like that, so he has to use he does like soda commercials and soda spots for a soda company. That's how he makes his money and everything to go around and fight crime and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. So, anyways, all his nemesises, multiple nemesises uh, are coming together under some a strange new villain. Turns out he is like an amalgamation of bugs or something like that. Wasn't really sure about that, but anyways, all of Red Rooster's enemies gathered together in one place at kind of his hometown fair. Heads back home with his sidekicks and whatnot, and they go to the fair, try and find out the bad guys there, and turns out to be a trap. They're gonna fly a plane over filled with poison and just basically kill everybody, take out the Red Rooster. And kind of the big thing is not necessarily killing Red Rooster, but basically making his brand, I suppose, or making his just making him out to be the bad guy, I suppose. So it was a really interesting deconstruction of the superhero. Um, you know, he's having to do soda commercials for money. Um, you know, he has all his so we have kind of a backstory that we never get, but we kind of come up to speed on kind of the Red Rooster backstory, and all the villains are going to come out and get him, but they didn't know that they're part of a trap as well, and they're gonna die. So a really interesting deconstruction of that, and done in a kind of clever way. So I thought it was well written. I thought it was well, except for a couple pages there. I thought it was well. The artwork was really well done. Colors, I thought were really good. Again, with the exception of a couple pages there in the middle, really came out well. I really enjoyed reading Red Rooster. I would say one thing. About, well, a couple of things. Obviously, it's late, of course, but let's see. Bear, although Bear got one tier, so maybe not a whole lot of people got that in the tier, but there was a lack of kind of swag and kind of extras in there, which is kind of really kind of shocking and surprising for a campaign that did. Get out of here, bug. Get out of here, bug. Yeah. Kind of really surprising about that campaign. Reading through it, Bear was ready to do wanted to put a bookmark in there, and there was no bookmark. Oh my god! So you got a couple stickers out of it, but no bookmark. There wasn't a lot of. I'm not a fan of the trading cards, but there wasn't a trading card in there. There was the sticker. So some of the people got a pin, but not everybody. Yeah, there was just a lacking amount of swag, especially compared to Monster MD. Holy cow! I mean, that thing was loaded as far as. In fact, I got something with it, but finally made it 100K. So give a good thumbs up to Monster MD out there. Yes, indeed. So, anyways, that's the sort of long and short of Red Rooster there. Really enjoyed it. Late. Not a whole lot of swag there, but just judging it based on the book there itself, it was a good book. I hope they were able, especially with Mitch. He's taken up the CEO label, so I don't know how many more books he's going to be able to draw and do. So I don't know, but a very good book. Minor quibble, if I had to just a little quibble. It starts out basically in what I would call kind of the present day, even though it's the 1920s, kind of the present time for Red Rooster. It flashes back. That's where you go back to the fair and all that sort of stuff. And then at the very end of the book, it flashes back to the present day. I thought that they should have flashed it back to the very first couple pages in the book, so he would be kind of waking up in his cabin house, wherever he was at, and then going off on the journey. What happens is the first couple pages, he heads out of the cabin, uh, helps out a boy, getting, about to be beaten up, and then jumps on the rails, jumps on the train, and is riding off. And that's when the flashbacks happen. It starts back up at the very end of the book when he's on the train. And Bear just thought it would have been a nice kind of symmetrical thing if it just kind of started back up where the book started. So at the very end of the book, it starts up back where the book started. Minor quibble, nothing huge about that. Wouldn't have really changed the story either way. I just thought it would have been kind of just kind of a nice symmetrical thing for the book there. All right, let me grab some water. Oh, and chats. I got a whole bunch of chats. Bugs in the woods. No, I'm in the cave. I'm in the cave. Dang moths coming down here. All right. Oh well, that's it. That's it. That's it as far as that. All right. Monster MD. Monster MD. Bear was kind of surprised about it. It was actually a really good book. Von Klaus, it's very first book, so he was the writer. Don't know too much about the author, or excuse me, the writer. Excuse me, blah, 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 the the artist in here. That's what we're trying to get out. Trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Is it McGinney? MacGinney? McCagney. I apologize. Don't really know too much about the artist, but did a really good job. Did a really good job on Monster MD. I was really kind of impressed with some of that. It didn't have the same layout kind of setup as Red Rooster did. It was a little bit more kind of that sort of basic layout and everything. I think there was only just a very few, for as thick of a book as it is, I think there was only a handful of kind of a full page artwork and stuff like that. But otherwise, really good story. I really enjoyed it. Great artwork. If you saw the box opening, some really great colors in there. Did a really good job. Good old Eric Letters Too Much. Eric Weathers doing the letters on there, and an excellent job all around. It was a really good, solid book. I don't think I really can't complain on Monster MD very much, other than again, this also was a book that was late. It came out a little bit late here, but I think the best way to help that would have been to kind of cut it in half. It's a pretty thick book, 100 and I forget how many, 100 and some odd pages or something like that. So you're definitely getting a value out of Monster MD. That's for sure. I mean, you definitely getting a book, and then of course he has all the swag and everything else on top of that. So check out the box opening for that. But yeah, really good book. Really enjoyed it. For a first time campaign, did a really good job. I learned some stuff from the original sending out of the original books. There was some issues with the there's another one with how Monster MD got a bigger pen than Red Rooster. I have no idea. No idea. The pen was tiny. It was I don't know, where is it? It's back there somewhere. But yeah, I mean, really tiny pen compared to Monster MD, and a whole bunch more swag there as well. And he earned, like, I don't know, probably half of what Red Rooster did. But did a really good job with the campaign, even though it was a little bit late. May have considered splitting the book in half, to get it out maybe a little bit more on time and everything. I don't think anything would have been lost in the book. Basically, it's a book about a doctor who kind of works as a I forget the name of it, but they would do the mob doctors. So you'd have you'd be in the mob and you get shot or something like that. And okay, we can't go to the hospital or anything like that. We got to go to it's usually like a veterinarian or something like that. That somebody is kind of washed out or something like that. And we're going to take them to the doctor there instead of going to the hospital. So he's kind of like I suppose, a mob doctor for monsters. Helps people out. Your werewolves or your Draculas. He was fighting a succubus in there or something like that. That was kind of interesting. Had mouths all over the place. It's pretty crazy. Has a invisible assistant there. You can see her kind of wrapped up like a mummy, I suppose. That was kind of interesting. There was a little bit of a love story there, but it was kind of either Bear missed some parts in the book there, or it was kind of glossed over until the very end. It kind of came along a little bit suddenly. I mean, it wasn't out of left field, but just kind of felt not necessarily right. Bear feels like he missed something in there, so maybe I'll put it on Bear here that maybe he missed something. But yeah, really good, really interesting book. Good colors, as he said. Like he said, a little bit longer. That's fine. It's fine. You definitely got your value out of Monster MD. Red Rooster kind of skipped on it just a little bit. Gotta say, I wish this was a hardcover, not a it's not a soft cover or floppy. But anyways, it kind of for the important quote unquote importance of the book. Red Rooster should have been as a hardcover. Really to delineate itself from the Walmart stuff there. So, anyways, hard to choose. Kind of hard to choose between the two. Um, gosh, maybe just a slight, just a slight edge to Red Rooster. Um, although I gotta take off points for not having a whole lot of swag there. Got damaged where Monster MD came in just fine. No problems there. That'd be a hard one. That'd be a hard one. Um, yeah. If Bear was recommending either of these books, I would say get both. If you couldn't get both, um, maybe go to Walmart and find the 50-cent version of Red Rooster, the first book, and just kind of read through that and see if it's up to your liking if you do. But yeah, I would definitely say check out Monster MD. It's a good book. Oh, by the way, they had a kind of a what would you call it? Kind of a preview, I suppose, of the Saints book in Red Rooster. That was the new book that they were kind of trying to promote. If you saw the show last time, they were talking in the email, hey, we got everything sent out, we're doing a great job, yada, yada, yada. Check out the Saints. And then, oh yeah, by the way, some packages might be 7 to 8 weeks late. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the Saints, I'm not, it might be a finely written book, but just the artwork itself. I was talking earlier about kind of the 70s sort of grunge look to it, or sort of grindhouse look. That's exactly what the Saints looks like. It looks like it would have been in the 1970s somewhere. Just kind of very, if you liked the sort of watercolor look of Red Rooster, that's not in the Saints at all. It's completely different. It's very kind of harsh, kind of very, yeah, Bear can't recommend the Saints just based on what he saw as artwork. And that goes separate to the whole issue with the sort of fan issues out there, and especially being late and everything. So can't really recommend the Saints, but can recommend Monster MD. So see, that's how you do it, people. You don't go around and the Saints sucks. Let me tell you 10 different ways how it sucks. It just wasn't for Bear, So whatever. Do look forward to Norse Saga. Do need to check that out. So all right, let's see. Safe house. That's right. All right, where was I? Oh, let me, because there I am. Look at Bear there. Actually, we've got some stuff. Bear with Bear for just 1 second, because I gotta pull it up. Well, let me do this first, since we were talking about Monster MD. You click off of this, and you click onto that. Nope, not that. That one. All right. So just kind of a quick kind of number of updates that we have here so far. So Monster MD makes it past 100K. Good job. I gotta take a drink. Thanks to you. He means me, Bear. Thanks to Bear, because he's done all these videos. You know what, Vaughn? It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to thank Bear. It's what he does. It's what he does. But thanks to Bear, especially thanks to Bear, Monster MD has finally hit 100K. He made a video giving his thanks to everyone. You can subscribe to the channel if you like. Actually, Bear linked to that in the other video. Wasn't a whole lot of videos on there. Hopefully Vaughn will start making some more videos. I still feel like I can't thank everyone enough. Well, go ahead. You can thank Bear again. Pretty darn good for a first publishing effort. Thanks to my family, my friends, my team, and the fans who made this happen. your fiend in comics, the Monster. So I think they were going to put out I forget exactly what he was doing, but some sort of digital version once it hit 100K. So there you go. I mean, hey, Bear's just glad to do his part here and help out Monster MD. It's a good book. Good book. Do check it out if you haven't already checked it out. Please do so. All right, let's see. Thanking bears? I got to thank bear. Got to thank bear. Everybody should thank. If you don't want to thank bear, at least put in some salmon in some of the packages. That would help out. Gunship Thunderpunch 2 has 9 days left. Actually, what's today? 7 days. You only got a week. You only got a week, people. Hi everyone. Book 2 of Gunship Thunderpunch has 7 days left. If you haven't backed it yet, what is wrong with you? What is the Gunship Thunderpunch? Beer approved. First book, awesome. You need to go check out the second book. We're about to unlock the 20K. Holy cow, only 20K? Oh man. Listen, people. Listen, I don't know how far Bear's voice is reaching. Go check out Gunship Thunderpunch. That's a mouthful. Gunship Thunderpunch. Go check it out. Great book. Great artwork. Brian Shearer, he deserves it. He deserves better. Honestly, he deserves better than 20K. I mean, the first book was awesome. All right, head over and reserve your copy. Yes, indeed. Gunship Thunderpunch 2. So, yeah, again, I mean, we could talk, 100 different videos on how Marvel sucks, or, what's her name? Brie Lawson. Has the flat butt, 100 videos on that. I don't know. Actually, Beer is going to go against the grain here. Actually, I don't think that Brie Larson actually is that bad looking. So, anyways, going against the grain there. All right, so that's that. Let me see. Oh, Gunship. Or what am I talking about? The complete opposite of Gunship Thunderpunch. I'm talking about Dragonguard dropping a new art update. Look at there. Pretty cool. I tell you what, this is really detailed work. Really detailed work. Like he said, I hope this is going to come out in a black and white line art version, because this is some really good stuff here. Once again, another artist that's kind of coming in under the radar, doing some great work. I don't know what Dragonguard is up to these days, but I mean, how much it's raised these days. But yeah. Definitely needs some more eyeballs on it. Speaking of eyeballs, look at there. Needs some more eyeballs on it. And there we go. There's some of the black and white stuff. Yeah, wish this was kind of as a separate book here. And on the table now. Look at there. You got your one-eyed monster there. That's a euphemism, I suppose. And he's going, Rrrr! That's what looks like what Bear looks like when he's waking up. Yes, indeed. So there's some more. Oh, hubba. Looks like some more line art stuff. Again, I wish this is done in a just the black and white version, because it's pretty cool. Look at all the. Yes, I know I'm trying to not look there, but look at all the line work there that he's doing. Yes. Bear's eyes are just like that. It's true. That's a very healthy young lady there. Very voluptuous. Yes. Let's see. Dragonguard. Shame it hasn't raised more. Well, we can always do our part. Let's see. It doesn't say which page. Yeah, it does. Page 40, it looks like. Bear looks like. No, Bear does not look like the one. No, he's talking about this one here. No, this one right here, not the one-eyed one. That's a euphemism for something else there. For something else. All right. I tell you what, he is looking jacked though. He's looking that one-eyed monster. At least one of the arms is very strong. Definitely one of the arms is very strong. All right. Let's see. What else? There's quite a number of updates. Let me grab a drink here. All right. Oh boy. Here's Bear's favorite. One of Bear's favorites of all of the comic Kate books here. Talking about Battle Maiden, Knuckle Bomb, number 2, Premier Edition. Yes. Books are incoming. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. No, no, Bear is doing terrible. Ah, terrible. I don't know. I don't know why they do. I guess you got to do that. I guess you never want to, Hey, everyone. I hope you're doing terrible. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to give you a heads up. The books are scheduled to be delivered to the Marakumo Comics office this week. UPS has been very spotty lately with their delivery estimates, but I'll have them sooner rather than later. Please make sure your shipping up information is up to date as fulfillment will begin the moment the books are unloaded. Holy cow! Talk about not wasting any time. The exact opposite of Red Rooster here. Thank you so much for your support and patience and support. Can't wait to get this book into your hand. Bear has his claws waiting for Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. Actually, Bear kind of said that the first book, best of all of Comicsgate. Still haven't shifted from that opinion there. Definitely one of the best books out there. If you don't know about Battle Maiden, I don't know. Don't know what Bear can do to help you out there. You should know. You should know. Again, another great book. Didn't get a whole lot of press. I forget how much Kyung there did. Again, I mean, another book that should be $50,000, $100,000. This is again, it's one of those great books out there that's again kind of coming in under the radar, and a lot of people talk about whatever the drama or the controversy is these days, and spending a whole lot of time on that rather than saying, okay, yeah, here's the controversy, yeah, here's my thoughts. We don't need a 3-hour live stream on it. Okay, here's my thoughts. Here's what it's all about. All right, and now, if you want to check out something really cool, check out, whatever. Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb, Dragonguard, Gunship Thunderpunch. Any one of those. Or you could check out Cecil's book. Actually, he's doing really well, as far as I know. Last chance for the cash grab. T-shirts, flasks, posters, and gators? Oh, the mask thing. Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, there were gators? Okay. Last chance. Tomorrow night on the Jack Show. Which, alright. I tell you what, I started the show saying, we shouldn't, comment on other people's channels and stuff like that. The Jack Show, here's the deal. It started out kind of on a lark. It just couple folks together, Kelsey and Anna and John Malin and Cecil, just kind of getting together and everything. Wasn't really ever set up as a weekly show. They just kind of started and talked and, hey, you want to meet back here next week? Sure. All right. And started off that way. With comedy, I mean, you kind of want to have it spontaneous rather than, okay, now we have to do a show and we've got to be funny on it. And so that's kind of where Beer is on the Jack Show. We'll check it out every once in a while. Have some fun. The guys are great and all. I just feel like it's kind of gotten a little bit stale over time. A little bit. Not really sure how to make an improvement on that. I just think that it was something that kind of started out kind of serendipitously and then became the thing. But it should have never been the major big show that it's kind of become. Not really sure if I'm describing it that well, but anyways, I just, it's one of those things where it's like you have to perform rather than it just kind of coming naturally. I don't know. So, let's see. Tomorrow night on the Jack Show, I'll be closing out posters, T-shirts, flasks, and the other type of gators, not the gators in the river. On the cash grab campaign, T-shirts will be the first things delivered. Select now. There you go. So you can check out. That is the scariest looking face mask I've ever seen. That is scary. That is scary. The poster, it was fine. It was supposed to be, I think, the Vampirilla cover, and they had that whole issue. So there's that. Kind of like the front cover T-shirt. Although I do like the Cecil hand drawing T-shirt. I think that's pretty funny. And then, yeah, I remember they came up with the flask. What was it? That was, wasn't that another Doug thing where it was like, what was it? He was doing something. He was the war profiteer or something like that. And anyways, they came up with the flask. Was it flask for the troops or something like that? It was something along those lines. I think that was pretty funny, pretty humorous, pretty humorous. All right, finally wrapping it all out. Let me grab a drink. Ah, boy. Ah, from Mike Miller. Haven't heard too much from him lately, so it's good to finally hear. Hey, Lone Star Squatties, and actually there's another one that talks about Monster Hunt, but basically they more or less say the same thing, so I'm just gonna do the one here. Hey, Lone Star Squatties. I don't know, Squatties? Squatties. Kind of sounds like the Squatty Potty type deal. I don't know. All right. Well, the colors aren't coming in as quickly as I was hoping on this, and I'm about ready to switch to another colorist because, well, that's one way to light the fire under the guy's butt is to do that publicly. I will be keeping you up to date on that should it happen. But the race to completion, it definitely looks like Monster Hunt 2 has taken the lead against Lone Star 3. Oh, it's like a horse race. Apologies for the delay, but I still hope to get this out on time if I can kick the colorist into high gear. Just like, kick him right in the rear. Cheers, Mike. Yes, indeed. So apparently Monster Hunt 2 is doing pretty well, and Lone Star, Lone Star 3 is a little bit of a delay there. I'm not sure who his colorist is, but yeah. Anyways, I mean, shoot, we've got two great colored books here with Monster MD and Red Rooster. So hey, maybe check some of those people out. Or hey, you know what? Always enjoy Kelsey Shannon's colors. So I don't know if he's able to do it, but there you go. Put Kelsey in charge of it. Put Kelsey in charge of it. All right. All right. Is that it? Is that it? Is that all? Yes, that was all. That was all. That was all of the updates. Whew, that was a bunch. Let's see. What was that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven update people. I'm updating you. Updating everything. Everything. Look at there. All right. Let me go back. There we are. Go back so I can find out what's going on in the chat. I think there are still some good amount of original pages available. I think that is for the Monster Hunt. It might be for the Monster Hunt. Actually, Bear got a original page of Monster Hunt 1. It's kind of an interesting story. Bear got that off the auctions, and I think Mike deleted that video, or it might have had a copyright strike or something like that. Anyway, it's just, hey, I got the Monster Hunt piece. Hey, look forward to it or something like that, and we could never figure out which page it was. So, luckily, Mike was nice enough to just send a random page, and it turned out great. Turned out great and everything. So, yeah, definitely Monster Hunt 1 and Monster Hunt 2 that'll be interesting. Gosh, I still wish that the graveyard shift was still involved, and I'm not sure if you could do Jawbreakers, because I think half of those characters are dead. But anyways, I thought Monster Hunt 1 was a pretty good one. Monster Hunt 2 hopefully looks pretty good. Not too super thrilled with the whole Doug connection there, but that's alright. That's alright. Alright, yes. Yes, there are still a good amount of pages available. Alright. Well, let's see. What else do I have? Well, I think that's it. I think that's pretty well it. I'm not sure if they're going to do a drawn in quarter tonight or not. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. Bear can check you guys out there. If not, well, shoot, we'll be right back here on Saturday evening. Hopefully after a winning game from the Lightning. That's what Bear hopes for. Yes. All right. Well, hey, once again, Miguel, Marco for Anthony, anybody else that's out there, we do appreciate you coming by. We do this every Wednesday and Saturday, usually about this time. Or, kind of depends on whether OBS wants to work with Bear, or, I tell you what, there's just so many things that go wrong. Bear tries to set it up, do it nicely, and then, it totally goes to crap in like 5 minutes before he gets started and everything. They are, forgot the subject though. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Marco Ferranti, but that's alright. Bear forgets about the subject all the time. All the time. It's actually a, kind of a reoccurring thing for Bear. Yes, indeed. Alright, well, yeah, that's been about an hour here, so probably go ahead and wrap it up. But like he said, pretty much every Wednesday and Saturday we do this. Try to do kind of a positive show. Try not to tear anybody down. Unless it's Justin Trudeau, who's like deserving of being torn down. Oh, D and Q. Okay, thank you. Thank you. They are. Oh, okay, they are doing it. Okay, good. Well, maybe they can do bears. Who knows? Who knows? All right. Well, hey, you know what? The stream actually lasted this time. Had to kind of cut it out early last time, so we're gonna go ahead and end this on a high note. On a high note for beer. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, once again, thanks for coming out, everybody. Really hope you enjoyed the video here. If you do, give Bear a thumbs up. He does appreciate all the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, what's wrong with you? Subscribe to Bear's channel. And hey, you know what? If you think somebody out there might enjoy Bear's channel as well, make sure you share it out. Bear always appreciates new and also returning viewers. That's always good stuff. All right. Well, once again, people, thanks for coming out. Really enjoyed it. All this talk. I tell you what, has made Bear hungry, so he's gonna head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrrr.